with a smile on his face. What a second half he had the other night. Fans on their feet, and we're ready to go. Game number 5 on the schedule for Gonzaga. They're 4-0, highlighted by that big victory to open the season against Baylor. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, and Richard Fox. Here we go. Nemhard with it. Ike tries to set the screen. Here's Hickman. Boy, has he been good this year. Bingo! Nolan Hickman from downtown.
Well, he reads the defender Wainwright trying to shortcut that screen. He simply fades behind. Great start for Nolan Hickman, who 0 for 3 at San Diego State on Monday.
So now the beach. Here's Askew. He'll look to shoot a lot in this game tonight. Throw it in the corner, feed to the post. Johnson trying to go to work on Ajayi. Got a shot up, jump hook goes, and it's 3-2.
Good rotation there defensively. Ajayi helping Ike, who was up on the ball screen, but just a nice, tough finish there at the rim.
Ike, here's Hickman. Bounce. Ike drive, shot was blocked inside. Back come the beach. Jump shot won't go. High rebound tipped. Ajayi can't get there, so that is off of Long Beach State Gonzaga basketball. What do you want to see early in this game, gentlemen?
Well, the exact same thing they've done on the first of 2 possessions. Read what the defense gives them and make them pay. The last possession, Graham wasn't able to finish at the rim, but it was terrific execution on the pick and roll.
Ike on the floor. The ball goes out of play off of him. First turnover of the game against Gonzaga. There's Chris Acker in his first season. 5 seasons prior was an assistant at San Diego State, so you know he comes from a really good program. He's educated well. He knows how to coach hoops.
I had a chance to talk to him earlier today, and I asked him if Coach Dutcher from San Diego State had any scouting report tips for him since Gonzaga just played down there on Monday. He said, good luck.
There's Lloyd's jump shot off the front of the rim. Ike there. Good box out and rebound. Ajayi, he'll shoot the 3. Been on lately. Missed it a little long there. Gentlemen, is Gonzaga getting enough out of this competition early in the season to take Baylor out of the mix?
Yeah, I think Arizona State certainly, it seems silly to think that folks thought they finished 14th in the Big 12. Obviously, San Diego State not necessarily whole right now, but still very good team, tough place to play.
Battle shot from 3 is long. So Gonzaga now begins 1 of 3 from downtown. There's Askew. He's 0 for 1 to start, working on Ike. Trying to create a little space. Surprised there wasn't a whistle there. He's knocked to the ground by Graham Ike.
Well,
so the turnover gives it back to Gonzaga.
Tried to draw a foul, but ran into a brick wall in Graham Ike.
Just going to say the same thing.
He ran into Mount Everest is what
Yes.
he ran into. Talking about a cyclone bomb.
What exactly is a cyclone bomb?
Well, you saw it.
It
It was a little flurry of snow this morning. That's what a cyclone bomb is.
How happy were you this morning, Greg, to see the snow?
I was really happy, but I was hoping for a lot more. Ike. Oh, man. Tell you what, Graham wanted a foul. He says he was pushed. He'll have to live with a beautiful jump hook.
He gets the ball that deep, that near the basket. It's all but curtains. I mean, he's so good around the rim.
Good catch, Skip. Boy, good physical defense there by Caleb Battle, but I guess a bit too physical. And that'll be his first personal foul, first on GU. Ryan Nemhard already with 2 assists in this game. Just keeps racking them up.
It's 5. Those 5 turnovers put 5 steals, so like on a net basis, 0.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean,
And they come in all different ways. Pushing in transition, drive and create for others, pick and rolls, post entries.
Lloyd falling into the paint, threw a shot up and a foul call before the shot. And this will be on Nolan Hickman. That's his first, team second.
Well, you like the effort from Hickman, just wasn't quite fully in front for it to go the other direction. Long Beach State's an interesting team. Defensively, they're still building their identity. They want to be a lot like San Diego State, physical, but it takes a while to truly build that culture. On the offensive end, you're going to see a lot of ball screens for Askew as well as Wainwright. They are their primary scorers. They give them a lot of freedom, but responsibility to make plays for others as well.
Corner three is off from Derek Michael Exaviero. So Long Beach State begins the game 1 of 5. They're down by 3. Hickman with the ball. Step back jump shot, rimmed out and off. And that is off of the Beach Gonzaga ball. Should point out that longtime Gonzaga head coach, assistant coach Dan Munson was at LBSU for a long time prior to this year, now at Eastern.
Got Long Beach State to the NCAA tournament a season
ago. No coincidence that he's no longer there and now we play them again. I hope Coach Munz is watching tonight.
Battle cleans it up. Coming in, averaging nearly 5 rebounds a game is Battle. You just see the luxury of having a guy with his size able to crash the glass on both ends.
Coach Acker in Long Beach State also has a connection to GU's program. He was an assistant at Boise State under Leon Rice. But Coach Acker told me today that Coach Monson was very gracious in helping him kind of see the lay of the land within the university when he got that position.
Good defense there. Cam Denson got inside the lob and Battle. Oh, and Ajayi with the follow. A run on the floor and Gonzaga up by 7.
I gotta say, Greg, I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. Missed alley-oop.
2 rim runners.
Oh, wow.
And that gets the Kennel Club really into the game. Hickman's defense forces the turnover. Here's an atmospheric river to a cyclone bomb.
Gonzaga will be clearly in control throughout the night.
Well, fast start for Gonzaga with 8 rebounds to just 3 for Long Beach State. Gonzaga clearly the more physical game. 4 of 10, that number probably not quite where they want it, but they lead at 9-2.
Long Beach State now in a 2-3 zone. See how Gonzaga attacks. Usually they get somebody to the nail area, try to go high-low.
Huff now on the floor along with Dusty Stromer. Nemhart into the middle of that zone. The runner won't go. Johnson up high with a rebound for Long Beach State. I want to throw this out right now. Chauncey Jones, who's been producing our games for Gonzaga and this crew for decades. He and his wife, hard times right now. Our prayers with your family, big guy. Amy, get healthy. We'll see you both soon. Foul called there, free throws coming. Fans don't like the call. Dusty Stromer picks up the personal foul.
Well, first true breakdown on the defensive end of the floor for Gonzaga. Open side ball screen. Dusty Stromer late to react, get into help. Make Johnson prove it at the free throw line, where he's been good throughout this season, over 80% from the line, but it's better than having 2 points dunked on your head.
Austin Johnson, 6'10", 235, a graduate player from Austell, Georgia.
Really good defensively, nearly 2.5 blocks a game last year.
9-4. Ben Gregg on the floor for GU wearing number 33.
Gregg's yet to really get on track shooting the ball this year, but he's done all the little things. The hustle plays, getting extra possessions on the offensive glass.
Stromer, he's been locked in. The bomb from the wing. Gonzaga up 12-4.
You know, you get plenty of questions this year for Gonzaga. One of them was, what was Dusty Stromer going to look like? It felt like it was a little too much too early last season. He has really improved this year. Played basically the entire second half at San Diego State. He's making his three-point shots and excelling defensively. It's a huge lift off the bench for the Zags.
He's a stud. Askew, got to go 3 to shoot. Bumps into Stromer, drives, Greg is there. Denson gets it up. No, he didn't get it off in time. Shot clock violation. Turnover number 4 on Long Beach State.
Well, that's got to be an awareness factor there from Askew. You're the point guard, tasked with scoring and playmaking, but shot clock's winding down. You got to understand that. Get that ball off the glass. Let your bigs like Johnson chase down a miss.
5 minutes, 53 seconds now without a field goal for Long Beach State. And guys, I think, Richard, you were talking about Ben Gregg. That offensive rebound and putback for a three-point play the other night was pivotal in that second half and really allowed Gonzaga to extend their lead.
Yeah, but it's not just the rebound, the point, and the foul, right? It's what it does to your group emotionally.
Yes.
On the road, he just has a knack, does Ben, to make those plays. They're just so timely, and that's a great example of it.
And Ben is good for 1 or 2 of those every game. Like he's a guy that just has to be on the floor for you.
Well, I think early in his career, if his shot wasn't going in, his impact was pretty minimal. But he's 0 of 7 to start the year as he tees this one up. Now 0 of 8, but he's still having a huge impact on winning. You saw that just kind of turn the corner last year.
Stromer from the corner, that won't go. Back comes Long Beach State. Nemhard stepped in front, hopped back on the floor, tipped it away, grabbed by Askew. Wainwright leans in too hard. Look at Stromer go get the basketball and now battle with it.
6 rebounds the other night for Dusty.
Nemhard open from the corner, big time. Zags now 3 of 8 from downtown. They lead by 13 as they explode in the first 8 minutes here in Spokane. Nemhard, transition 3. Back in a moment. So hello to my buddy Larry. He's watching from Texas, from Wild Alaska Sport Fishing and Cruises. Big Zag fan down there in the great land of Texas.
I'm getting close to winning my over-under.
Which is what?
How many shout-outs does Greg Heister have
that.
tonight?
Well, my mom's here tonight, so
we have an office pool thing now. It's just
that's great.
Great defense there from Nemhard to push
Wainwright.
that catch out.
Nemhard Dan has contributed 5 of the 7 field goals made for Gonzaga, 3 assists, 2 makes.
just every night he's got his fingerprints all over what Gonzaga's doing.
4 to shoot. Long way away. Askew puts it on the floor. Heaves a prayer. And Battle clears the miss. Ben Gregg drives. Soft touch. Chance for 3. Another assist for Nemhard. His 4th.
I mean, the pace that Gonzaga plays at, the amount of decisions throughout the game that Nemhard is in place of, there's a strong chance he ends up leading the country in assists this year. He's currently sitting at 2nd per game, but because Gonzaga just plays at the pace, he's going to have so many opportunities.
Look, he's an All-American, fellas. That's
First team. First team. Let's start. Let's start the process. Yes, first team. Say it. He's first team.
He's not. Look, I don't know. He's an All-American. I'd still have the plaque up if I was second team. So,
listen, he got Creighton within a possession of the Final Four 3 years ago. Got this team to the Sweet 16 last year, and if he makes a deep run this year, I mean,
there's another
Nemhard.
assist, almost.
I mean, you got to start making the case that he's one of the best players in the country.
And Coach Few said it after
1,000%.
I mean, Coach Few's already said it on a number of occasions now.
1,000%. Is that possible?
It is. It's a different kind of math. You're not. Yes, I'll explain it to you off there.
You are a banker. He sells
that how
air.
they do it in baseball, based off 1,000%?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. And there's a runner on the baseline. 21-4. Gonzaga's defense stifling right now. Cam Martin, as it goes out to play off of him.
I mean, as you're watching Gonzaga defensively, there's a lot to like. But what I love is how far they're pushing out Long Beach State on their catches.
Yeah.
It's on ball, every pick and roll. The hedge from the bigs is so aggressive. The ball handler's having to backtrack, give up ground.
Huff down the lane. Tough enough, strong enough now to get that ball up to the rim. He'll shoot free throws.
His efficiency in scoring a basketball in at times limited minutes, and his role will continue to grow, is just unbelievable. And you look at some of the games he's had this year. I mean, 14 against Baylor, 21 against Arizona State, and it's not like he was playing 28 minutes in each of those games.
No, but what I've been most impressed about with Braden, it's not the scoring. You saw that as a redshirt freshman, or as a freshman, let alone last year. It's physically he's improved. He's such a much stronger player than he was last year. He can withstand contact. He holds up much better inside in the interior defensively. He's improved on the perimeter. It's those other things. You can't just be a scorer. You've got to help on both ends of the floor, and he's no longer a liability down here. He's a value add. He understands what they're doing within the group, and he can hold up one-on-one in the post in a way he couldn't last year.
And Richard, let me ask you a question. There's a great finish there by T.J. Wainwright. First bucket since 1916, and Stromer has it stuffed at the other end, and then bodies falling to the floor everywhere. But what an effort by Stromer.
But what do you do if you're Long Beach State? You just have a great basket on one end, and literally a second and a half later, that ball is at the other rim.
You're thinking finally, and then all of a sudden the ball, I mean, we've been saying this for years, that Gonzaga's transition from the defensive end to the offensive end is as quick as anybody in the country.
That foul called on Xaviero. That is his first. Stromer misses the front end. That fall hurt. You could tell Dusty got up a little slowly. He hits one or two. Stromer now with 4 points. It's 24-6. Under 10 to play in this first half. Good leave. And a foul called on Braden Huff. Jodajevic will go to the free throw line. Eli, a redshirt freshman from White Rock, British Columbia.
Is that a place that you've been fishing before?
British Columbia a lot, yes. Richard, we were talking about Braden Huff's strength a minute ago, and it's obvious he spent a lot of time in the weight room in the offseason. You can tell there's more definition in the shoulders. Like his deltoids are exposed, his lower level, like his legs look stronger, all that. But toughness and strength, how much of it is mentality and how much of it isn't truly physical brawn in the addition of that?
I think the foundation is your mindset, but having that the physical part of it just enhances how you feel about yourself, how aggressive you're going to be. So I mean, it's all intertwined. But certainly, when you talk about a tough player, you're not talking about them physically, you're talking about their approach. As you see just the skill there and the footwork from Braden Huff.
I asked that question because Jack Lambert used to patrol the middle of the defense for the Steelers at 215. He was tough. He wasn't big and physical and brawny.
Yeah, but Jack Lambert's skill, his ability to, think about Jack often and just how his game relates so much to basketball.
Askew falling away up the front of the rim. And the putback goes. And it's 26-9. Huff again. Lambert was a good one, oh boy.
Xaviero, 2 great offensive rebounds that possession.
Braden Huff, too good, 6 points now.
Let me offer a question. Do you think teams will eventually start doubling Huff in the block?
But then it's you pick your poison. You're shooting it so well
I don't think you can. Yeah, if Stromer and Hickman are going to shoot threes.
What a pass.
How can you afford to do that?
Well, my point is, it's a 70% chance he's going to score. Even better if you talk about him getting to the line. It's just remarkable. At some point, you've got to realize you can't guard Braden Huff one-on-one.
Askew. Dusty got caught there. That's his second personal.
Quick push in transition from Nemhart, and then just pinpoint pass on the mark. Greg just has to catch and finish and give him the salute as a thank you very much.
I said it earlier in the year, these guys will never play with another point guard. The chances of them playing with a guy like an Nemhart who makes their life that easy is almost zero. Enjoy it while you have it.
Well, and a lot of it is because many times at the next level, if you want to play, or even at this high of a level, guys can pass. But Nemhart has a willingness to pass that you don't always find.
Askew still has not scored for Long Beach State. He's 0 for 3. Ryan Nemhart already with 5 assists. Just under 8 to play first half. Look at the defense by EK. Johnson couldn't get it to the rim. A personal foul called. That'll go against the Beach. 7:49 to play in the first half. Gonzaga's hit their last 4. They lead by 21.
The fact that you've got such a savant at the point guard and Ryan Nemhart who can control, dictate pace, make decisions, and execute.
Ajayi into the paint. Battle, open 3, bingo! Love his mentality.
Even after struggling a bit down at San Diego State, still shooting 55% from 3 on the year before that one.
Don't ever doubt his offense. It'll just make him play harder.
He's explosive.
And a foul before the shot that time by Ramel Lloyd, who's the only player out there without his last name on the back of the jersey.
Wonder if the equipment manager forgot to pack the jersey on the road trip. It's happened before.
Yeah, normally wears number 22. He's got the number 24 on tonight. Corey Curtis, number 55, on the floor with the ball, but being hounded by Ajayi. Johnson needing help, 10 to shoot. Back to Curtis, trying to create space, but can't.
What a defensive possession.
Benson inside, threw up a wild one. Got it back, didn't hit the rim, got it away just in time and in. That's a basket of all baskets for Cam Denson. Got to give him credit for staying with it. Ajayi spins. Askew with it now for the Beach. He goes right to the rim, scores it. Back-to-back buckets.
That's as tough a finish as you're going to see, boys. That was impressive.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. A top 30 recruit out of high school, went to Kentucky. He was only 17 years old as a freshman. He's had injuries, different stops in his career, whether it's Kentucky, then Texas, then Cal, but he can provide a lot of scoring punch in the Big West for Long Beach State this season.
Battle and Ajayi out, Stromer and Gregg in. 6:18 to play. And now Curtis goes out, and Derek Michael Exaviero checks in.
The only college basketball player from the country of Indonesia, Jakarta.
Stromer, EK right back to Dusty, wide open. Off the front of the rim, runs it down. Now Graham will shoot it. That's in. Oh, I thought it was in long. And the tie-up will give it to Long Beach State. I thought Graham's shot was in from here. The Zags now 4 of 11. From 3. Askew, 1 of 4, looking for points, 3, 4, and 5, and connects from downtown.
Well, he can get hot now. With Gonzaga, you just want to keep, you don't want to give him space. Make him continue to take tough shots.
And the turnover, up to Askew. The run out, won't go. Johnson to follow in transition. Johnson now with 6, and it's back to a 15-point Gonzaga lead.
A rare force on an entry pass there from Nembhard leads to the break opportunity for Long Beach State.
It's a 9-0 run now for Long Beach. They've hit 4 of their last 5, and it's Gonzaga without a field goal for 2.5 minutes. And that shot blocked as Ike tried to score it. 14 to shoot, now Gonzaga ball. Just goes to show you, you can dominate, but the minute you let down, all of these teams are Division I players. They're all good enough to get out and get it going and put 10 straight on you. Grab Ike. He's the drum buster.
I think he thought the first one was going in too. He wanted to correct that. Look at that head from Greg.
Long 3. Greg with the rebound. He and Stromer were there. Like a sack in football, they ought to each get a half. And a foul called on Austin Johnson, number 0.
Well, this is one of those rare times I'm sure Richard and I will agree on something. Just as a guard, though, let the big get the rebound. You get down the floor, right?
Yeah, you guys take everything else. Constantly have the ball in your hand. Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah, plus Stromer, get out in transition. Find yourself a possible transition 3 opportunity or a layup.
But in fairness, that's kind of what happened, right? Ike dumps in the front end. How many rebounds? What's the best game rebounding you ever had, Dan?
Probably about
2?
5. That's one of the things. Gonzaga charts everything. Dr. Jerry Krause used to have a formula for how well you did your job on the defensive glass with your responsibilities. And for a guard like myself, it was make sure your guy didn't get it and then give it an effort by getting to the free throw line area and try to chase out long rebounds.
Good offensive rebound and putback. And then losing the shoe off the play is Derek Michael X. Zaverio.
DMX, his friends call him DMX. Greg.
DMX. I know, but I'm not his friend.
You're everybody's friend.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
I get it. I hear you.
I mean, we try to pay him a compliment tonight, and he just doesn't want it.
Well, no. I accept Greg Heister, everybody's friend. Like, I think that's a great tagline. I'll take that one. 38-20. I don't remember ever such a long time out to put a shoe on. Don't they take them out of the game, get a shoe on, let's get playing.
Yeah, I coach third graders. There's a lot of shoe time.
You're
that
a
takes
coach
place.
of third graders?
Yeah, so I've become very patient with that.
They must think you're the Jolly Green Giant. Can you imagine you cowering down over a third grader, undressing them because they're not boxing out right?
Yeah. My idol's Bobby Knight. It's really the tone I want to set with him.
Have you thrown a chair yet?
No, I just throw balls at the kids.
Well, we've got a timeout on the floor, thank goodness. 4 minutes to play in this first half. Gonzaga up by 18, 38-20. More when we come back.
It's not, I didn't say useless, I said endless.
I
could
said
say
useless.
useless. I could agree with that.
Wait, whoa. Brock Salzman's been doing some digging. Dick Al's best game rebounding was 8.
Wow.
Versus Loyola Marymount back in 01 and 02.
Brock Salzman, you are the man for finding that stat.
Now, the question I have for Richard now as we watch Graham Ike leave it short on the rim. And now a foul on the rebound.
I think I know
what
where
was
you're
your
going.
best rebounding game as a Zag?
29.
29
rebounds? Against who? Ferris? Who? Against your third graders?
I can't remember it. I just remember it was epic.
You really had 29
No,
rebounds?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot, obviously. Some really impressive number, I'm sure of it. But I don't know what it was.
29
it's
would
not
have
coming
been
to mind.
I'm so flattered that you actually believed that for like half a beat. You're like, oh my gosh, wow, that's.
Well, I've never known you to lie. That's the thing. Here's Wainwright. And now Askew. 15 to shoot. There's a deep three by Wainwright. He acted like he had made it. Innocenti, number 5 on the floor for Gonzaga. He had some good minutes against San Diego State.
Yeah, I think he's got a chance to carve out a spot in this rotation just because of how he can defend. And physically, he's a high-level kid. It's going to come slower for him on the offensive side, but as that shot comes around, he's a super interesting piece this year and moving forward.
15 to shoot. Wainwright to Askew. Ball not moving much. And there's a foul on the screen inside. I think it's on Austin Johnson.
Well, you surprised Richard with a question about how many rebounds he has. I want to ask Richard if he remembers this game, December 20th.
What are we doing right now?
Of 02. Richard Fox playing against Long Beach State. Listen to these numbers. Richard Fox, a perfect 7 of 7 from the field.
Perfection.
For
That
14
sounds about
points and 6 rebounds in only 16 minutes.
Yeah, should play.
Were they a team full of guards then, or what?
I think they had like 7 7-footers. It was really difficult.
It was good.
I don't. Yeah.
Blake Stepp had 16 assists in that game.
Wow.
Did he really?
Where did you pull that out of?
Out of the
It's in
media,
the
out
game
of
notes.
the game notes. But
Oh, that's right.
I did my studying.
That's right. That's right.
thanks for playing, Richard.
No, I just walked into that.
The game notes they give to us before every
is it-
game.
I thought that was just for you.
It's the notes of the game. Game notes.
Okay.
And you were highlighted in them.
Now I'll read them every game, hoping there's something in there about me.
There won't be.
We'll have to talk to Barrett Henderson.
That's right. That's right.
Make sure there's a Fox watch.
Askew hits it from downtown, and Long Beach State looked like they were going to get blown out. They're hanging in there around 15 points back. Ajayi on the post, and now the Beach getting physical and a foul called on Cam Denson. And Dan, you talked about that night way back in the day for Richard Fox against Long Beach State. This is Ajayi steps into the free throw line. Two points. Missed the free throw. Let's flash back to that night. Chad Simmons, our great producer, pulling them up from back in the day from
What's
the kennel.
happening?
The tip
How do
back.
we have this?
And look at all the hair back then.
God,
Oh, wait,
did
we got to
you
get
see-
more. Is that all we had, Chad? Was
Did you see how
we
high
have more
I jumped?
coming? It was impressive.
Destroyed the guy on the blockhouse.
It's like I thought that was Brandon Clark for a second.
Curtis Hickman chasing. 8 to shoot. Step back jumper is short from Lloyd. Johnson got it back, and he's fouled. And now he'll go to the free throw line. Still a 15-point game.
Give Long Beach State a lot of credit. They've been really active on the.
What? Yeah, but why? Okay, we're going to show it later, I've been told. So it's a tease forward, I guess.
All right.
And the free throw is up and good by Xaviero. And now it's 14 points. DMX 1 of 2. Nemhart. Huff. Short. Johnson clears it. Boy, I tell you what, it's down to 14. The Beach now, they have a chance to get this back to single digits before half, guys. A bucket here and a stop and another bucket. They're right there. Curtis directing traffic, 10 to shoot. Askew. skip to the corner. Gonzaga's defense really good. Shot for three is off from Andrew Nagy. Did not touch rim. It'll be Gonzaga ball. Minute 4 to play first half. Gonzaga now 1 of their last 8. They haven't scored a point 3 minutes and 23 seconds.
Great screen set. Little 45-degree angle screen opening Huff on that baseline.
To go back and look, I'm not sure they've scored less than 40 and a half this year.
Well, they scored 40 in both the first and the second half on Monday night.
That's what I mean. I don't
against San Diego State, but you're right, Greg. They have scored it at a tremendous clip. Yeah, San Diego State's built on that end of the floor. It's exactly the same way that Chris Acker, who spent a number of years with Brian Dutcher at San Diego State, wants to build the Beach's defense. Here you get another look at that 45 angle screen from Hickman to free up Braden Huff.
Askew's free throw rims off. So it's at 16. A little over a second difference between the two clocks. Nembhard will drain it down, try to shorten the game. Ryan Nembhard, 5 points, 2 of 4 from the floor, 6 assists. He wants Askew one-on-one. Drives, hangs, won't go. Rebound. The Beach, that did not get off in time. Curtis is short. Shot comes up short, but it wouldn't have beat the clock anyway. 16-point Gonzaga lead at the half. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
Just felt like, go ahead, Dan, sorry.
Tremendous start, and then Long Beach State picked up their defense, and Gonzaga went cold a little bit.
Out of this building.
Well, give Long Beach State a lot of credit. I mean, the way it was looking, you would have understood if they kind of folded up shot, but just kind of stayed with it. Askew hit a couple tough shots that got him going. It's to Dan's point there, particularly the last 5 minutes of the first half, just Long Beach State more physical, particularly around the basket.
And let's not lose complete sight. Gonzaga's up by 16, right, to start the second half.
And their spurtability, 16 can go to 26 in no time.
Yeah, that's a good place to start. I probably would have drawn that play up too. Let's get the ball to Graham Ike. I mean,
looked like Richard Fox on that low block. The highlights that we saw at halftime.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but look, think about it. Nembhard settles you down no matter what.
Yeah.
You need to get a good look or force the defense to adjust. Get the ball inside to Huff or Ike.
Trying to go inside. Johnson couldn't handle the pass, and then the block inside, and a foul called on Ike. Must have got him with a body. It looked like all ball from here. Graham didn't argue too defiantly.
He deserves a ton of credit for that second half. I mean, Nembhard's clearly going to get a lot of the accolades because of what he's been doing. Yeah, at San Diego State, because, Ike picked up 2 quick fouls in about the first 90 seconds of the game, so he had to sit. But that second half, 20 points, and it was just a clinic on creating space on the low block, setting a great screen, making yourself available on the roll.
Look, I don't know who's the best, but you've got one of the best point guards in the country. If you don't forget, last year you had Klingon, Edey, Dickinson over at Kansas, and it was Ike. I mean, those are the 4 centers in the country that did the most damage, most difficult to guard. As you see the touch there, almost goes in for Graham. So at your 1 and your 5 spots, Greg, you've got 2 All-American level type of guys.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a starting point.
Askew, Nembhard with the defense. Double foul called. This inside, is it Ajayi? I think it was Ajayi and Exaviero maybe. Yeah, that's his second. Shai picks up his first. You see him tied up, tangled up there.
Just kind of hugging it out as Xaviero tried to go up to set a ball screen.
Xaviero is going to be a good player.
Yeah, he was at Grand Canyon a year ago, and they were really high on him. He just couldn't find time behind some of the other front court players that they had. He's young.
Rebound off at Johnson. Gonzaga ball. Here comes Nemhard.
What a pass.
Ajayi will shoot free throws. Or I'm sorry, Ike.
I like the patience, though. He caught it. Great pass. He has the angle, but the help's there. So instead of trying to force it through the double team, Graham just lets the double leave, kind of turns back middle of the floor, then goes over that right shoulder. Just a sign of a really mature guy who's been doing this for a long time. Just you can't really speed him up.
That's the experience that he has. And wait until Huff recognizes that. When the double doesn't fully commit and they begin to go away, that's when Huff will start attacking when they're kind of mixing up defenses. That's, I think, the next piece to Huff in scoring on the low block and being a huge threat.
That foul on Johnson, his third, so he leaves the game, replaced by Cam Denson, the senior from Compton, California. Graham Ike now with 9 points. A make here would give him double digits of 10. Got 10, 4 rebounds. Xaviero with it. Wainwright, Nemhard chasing. There's a deep three that is off from Lloyd. And we've seen quite a few of those deep threes from Long Beach State tonight.
Well, it's just difficult given Gonzaga's size and how, when they're active defensively, Long Beach State's had a tough time getting to the hoop.
Xaviero was holding Ike's shirt the entire possession there. Even when Graham went to the bucket, he was holding onto the jersey. He'll shoot it here, that's short. Ajayi with the rebound and a head up. Johnson, or Xaviero, I'm sorry, slowed him down. Nemhard, bounce to Graham. Shot up, free throws coming for Graham.
It's almost sounding like we're a broken record. Great decision from Nemhard. The ability to find Ike sealing in the low block and the delivery.
That's 5 fouls now that Graham's drawn, just with those deep catches. And when he's got a mismatch, when Long Beach State has a cross matchup or they're forced to switch, you know, ask you, these guards have to foul, wrap them up. If not, it's an automatic 2.
Graham now 4 of 5 from the line. 5 of 6 make it.
That's one of the areas I think this team has an advantage over last year's team, or even go back a couple more years. Drew Timme wasn't a great free throw shooter. Anton Watson wasn't a great free throw shooter.
There's the flush by Xaviero. Zags have shot the free throws well this year. Tonight they're 9 of 14 as a team, 64%. Ike can't stop him tonight.
And, you know, Long Beach State does a good job. That's a tough catch. He's been pushed out, but just one big dribble.
Ike, the block, Hickman down on the floor. Possession arrow will keep it with Long Beach State. I'm sorry, to Gonzaga.
Good block, good rotation there from Graham.
It was to Long Beach State. I was right the first time.
Don't doubt yourself, Greg.
Well, NBA announcer, I heard it's something different in here. Nemhard tipping it around, got it to Graham. Graham Ike, guys, has scored all 8 second half points. He had 20 in the second half against San Diego State. He knows how to close a game. He's like Mariano Rivera and Nemhard from downtown.
You go under a ball screen against a smart player like Nemhart, reads it, stops behind, knocks it down that time for 3.
What a difference a year makes. So last year non-conference, recall how much Nemhart struggled. This year's coming into tonight, 42% from 3, but more importantly, he's not having to take a ton of them. He can be very selective on the threes he takes.
Foul inside, 15:53 to go. Gonzaga's lead now. Back to people I know. We got to get them smiling, though.
Come on, Greg.
Can you complete the shout out so I can make 20 bucks?
Yes.
No, I've never seen those two people in my life.
Wow. Come on, that's Mama Heister.
Yeah, Mama and my kiddo. $15.50 to go. Askew, jump shot.
He does a nice job moving without the ball. They do a good job putting him in a situation where he can decide which way he wants to go, get a down screen, cross screen. Nice pass.
Oh, Nemhart. Ryan with 10.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. Askew's had a nice game. He plays at his own pace. He's not the quickest at the point guard position, but he does a really good job of setting up his cuts, being prepared to come off screens.
Martin, step back with a soft touch, gets the roll.
Martin's interesting. Freshman averaging about 8 a game. He initially signed to play for Coach Monson. Decided to stay when he heard the vision that Chris Acker had for Long Beach State.
Andrew Nagy throws it away. Just the 8th turnover of this game for Long Beach State. And a lot of those came early in this game, first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, they've settled down, taking care of the ball, but that would hurt you in transition. You might get 2 easy points at the rim.
Battle. Stromer flies through for the rebound. Nemhart driving, threw it out to Ben Gregg.
He threw it to R.J. Barsh. Assistant coach sitting.
You got to be aware.
Caught it. He was ready to shoot.
So if you're Mark, are you like not allowed to get mad at him until he gets to like 10 turnovers
on the year?
I mean, he just never does it. So even when,
yeah,
I mean, it's just remarkable. That's not. They're saying it was deflected.
It was deflected.
I think Ben was expecting the layup to get put up off the glass, so he was crashing the glass. In a normal world, you stay spaced right there, and that's an open 3 for Ben Gregg.
Nemhart so good with the ball on his hip. Huff was fouled on the catch. This will be on Austin Johnson. I think that's his 4th. Nope, they give it to Askew, his 2nd. There's 4 fouls this half on Long Beach State. 3 on Gonzaga. Caleb Battle, the drive, right at the defense. Gregg crashing the boards again. Ben will shoot free throws. He's holding that shooting hand.
He kind of tweaked it in the first half, too. Trying to get an offensive rebound. Notice that.
He's got to be careful. He's got some heaters and air conditioners to fix this weekend. You got to protect that. That's the hand you use with the screwdriver.
Yep.
Bill's heating and air conditioning, I think.
Hey, he's filled in nicely for Drew Timme and Anton as being a terrific spokesman for a number of local businesses.
We gotta get an agent. Who would be?
get some NIL. You guys kind of missed the window, though.
There's got to be like a good sub shop in town. I'd love a good sub. Just do it for the food.
Oh, extra meat, please. Extra meat. Jump shot for 3.
Whoa.
And a battle for the rebound, and a foul called on Cam Denson. It'll be Gonzaga ball. They now have 16 fouls. How much money would Dick Howe had made in NIL back in the day?
Don't ask him.
The hair was flowing,
Yeah,
Sports Illustrated was here.
Why are you trying to upset our guy here?
Like, I wonder how much. You'd probably be set for life these days. It would have been so much.
It's a new world, college athletics, that's for sure.
Battle.
Good
Rebounded
shot,
by T.J. Wainwright. It was a good shot, wasn't
yeah,
it?
I like his last 2 looks from 3. The drive he had felt forced, but when he takes the 3-point shot on his terms, you expect it to go in.
Dan Dickow, everybody's All-America.
You know, we
should have been a movie.
We should have played, we need to find that song.
Yeah, Dan Dickow, like Brick House.
Yeah.
Dan Dick. Oh, at the buzzer, did they get it off in time? They're going to go check the clock to see if that ball left the hand in time. It looked good from here.
Here, let me see it, Greg, I'll tell you.
All right.
It's a rarity. Greg and I agree on something so soon.
First off, good hands there from Battle. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, it's totally off. Count the bucket. Count the bucket. 54-33. I'd say it worked all right for you. It worked out okay for you, Dan.
Look, he's sitting with us. Of course it did.
Yeah, I mean, look at
I
you.
have the greatest seat in the house.
You do.
Front row.
How often do you go
share some of my opinions?
How often do you go to a game where you're not calling it? You're like, these seats, man.
I don't go to too many games if I'm not calling them anymore.
Somebody a little spoiled, are they?
Oh, no.
Stromer.
I just, you know, I've had plenty of games where I've listened to you two when I've been on the road, and I think you guys do a tremendous job.
On the road. You mean sent down to the minors?
If
Tend
that's
to
what you
shoot.
call it.
It's not the same when you're not here, Dan.
That's right.
Always got to keep putting in that extra work, right? Work on your craft, whatever it may be.
Nemhard step back 3 long. Greg with the rebound and another chance. Stromer corner 3. Boy, that shot is coming, man. It is coming.
It really has. It's just so much more confidence. But with Nemhard, he just keeps his bounce alive. He's not worried about the turnover. Just keeps probing, keep exploring, and eventually you're going to get an open look.
The Zags were 0 for 6 but before that make from Dusty Stromer. Dusty now with 7 points, and the defense by Dusty. Nemhard up to battle against Askew. And a foul called. Free throws coming for Caleb Battle, and respect between those two.
Gonzaga's done a tremendous job defensively on T.J. Wainwright. 1 of 9 from the field, only 2 points. His player coming into tonight averages nearly 16 points per game. He's a Southern California area kid, went to Robert Morris for 2 years. Chris Acker really likes him, thinks he's going to be a good player in the Big West.
Are you done peacocking?
What?
Just showing us how much you prepped. Once a game, one time a game. Doesn't he do that? He's like,
I mean,
his grandmother.
This might have been this might have been the 4th opportunity because it's in the game notes. Talk to the opposing coach.
Richard, you're setting yourself up.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. 59-33. They've also done a good job on Askew. He averages 17 points a game. He's 4 of 13 tonight for 10 points.
Low-hanging fruit.
What it was? That was code for something. 10 to shoot. Askew, he looked at the clock. Stromer defending. Fought through the screen. Askew to the baseline, missed it badly. Battle picks it up. He's got Hickman. Nolan to the rim, left it short. Free throws coming. And we got a timeout on the floor. 11:27 to play. This guy's starting to go at each other right now. 50, and then they got Kentucky and UConn.
I mean, it's very possible if things break out well for both Gonzaga and UConn. Kansas would probably have to lose. They still do play Duke. You could be looking at, and again, I'm getting ahead of myself, 1 versus 2, Gonzaga, UConn at Madison Square Garden. That'd be something special.
I'm going to that Kentucky game.
Oh, yeah.
Got tickets? Yep. Gonna be there.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, Dan, you're welcome to buy a few too.
Well, I think what he's saying is it would be nice had you bought it for us.
Thank you. Yes.
I see.
He understands.
Yeah, I'm the one with
the.
the most cash at this table. Hickman at the line. Gonzaga up 60 to 33. Make it 61-33. Eight guys that scored for Gonzaga tonight, gentlemen. Just 2 in double digits. 10 for Nemhard. EK with 15. That's how balanced this team is. There's Battle to the rim. Shot blocked.
Well, I like his aggressiveness on most possessions, but there are times such as that. You see a wall of defenders. Just make the correct play. Maybe pull it out, kick it to the wing, look for something else. Don't always try to draw the foul.
It's hard, though. I think that's
part of who he is.
Part of his gift, right, is he's fearless when he has the ball. He thinks he can score on every touch. So I think, yeah, that's part of the process. It's just to say, look, you're playing with a lot of good players. The collective is going to do more as Huff goes to the right hand. Wow, don't see that every day. But for Battle, and the same thing for Ajayi and all these guys, it's, look, the collective is going to have way more of an impact than just you. So you've got to just learn how to find your moments, your spots. And I think Battle's done a pretty good job of that, to be fair.
Good defense by Stromer. Curtis somehow kept the foot on the floor as Hickman came flying by.
Yeah, you said it. I mean, Dusty is a high-level perimeter defender.
Huff tried to go to Ben Gregg. Deflection got it back. Jump hook. Huff with 2 more. Yeah. He's got 12.
If he gets that left-hand jump hook in front of the rim, it is automatic. Automatic.
Gonzaga on an 11-0 run now in the last 2 minutes, 18 seconds. 65-33. Curtis a long way away. 10 to shoot. Askew. Ben Gregg shuts off the baseline. 3 to shoot. Askew's got to shoot it. He's in trouble. Now he won't even get a shot off. He surrendered. Gonzaga ball. Nine turnovers for Long Beach State. Battle long on the 3. Askew another rebound. He'll drive. Off the rebound. Braden with his 5th. Hickman skip to the corner. Ajayi. He'll drive. Oh, to the corner. What a pass to Hickman. Oh, big time. Here's some offense. That's next level, gentlemen.
Ball gets swung. Excellent drive and dish. A tough pass from Ajayi to the left hand, and Hickman just knocking down the 3-point shot. Counting last year, the start of this year, shooting better than 42% from 3, but it started with Battle turning down the shot. That was a good-looking transition. Instead of forcing it, passed it back up ahead to Hickman, and that's where that play started.
Gonzaga now 23 field goals, 12 assists for the game. Pretty typical. They get a lot of points out of flow. 9 minutes to go.
Like somebody slip, maybe?
Some moisture. They're taking care of moisture. That bomb cyclone that hit us. Did you guys feel that this morning?
No, I had no snow in my house up north.
Yeah, I didn't feel it either. That's what I was asking.
We had some snow by our house. You had snow? What are you talking about? You don't live that far from me.
Yeah, bomb cyclone.
Now, I've heard
serious
it's
stuff.
bomb, cyclone, cyclone, bomb. Can you clarify which one it is for us?
I like cyclone bomb because I can
think,
put the
I
emphasis
think
on bomb.
I think the little bit I knew about weather and all that stuff is gone after tonight. Now I have so many questions. I have self-doubt.
Is the Earth flat, Greg? I mean, come on.
When did weather forecasting get so sensationalized? That's all I'm wondering. 8:43 to go. The atmospheric river that's over us tonight is suspending a pail full of water. That shot is short.
Another shot clock violation. Wow.
But it's just where Long Beach State is having to play in the half court. Gonzaga's pressure and ability to push them out, it doesn't feel like a lot, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet. But late clock situation, instead of taking that 3 on the line, you're taking it 3, 4, 5 feet behind the line. That's not a shot guys are accustomed to taking, particularly under duress.
Ismaila Diane on the floor now, number 24 for Gonzaga. 7 feet tall, 237, a freshman from the Senegal. They want to get him minutes. They want to get him prepared. There'll come a time late in the season when they need somebody under that bucket to protect the rim. He's the guy.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, they've got so much. I mean, just an abundance of riches up front right now with those 4. But what this is you can practice all you want and be on the scout team all you want, but the minutes he's getting on the floor in a real game are invaluable right now at this point in his career.
Askew takes it away from Battle and scores.
We've seen this a couple times this year now where Battle's the primary ball handler. Typically it's been Nemhart and Hickman on occasion, but
Gonzaga just 3 turnovers in this game, guys. They went 27 straight possessions without a turnover in the first half. That turnover by Battle just ended a 28 possession run without a turnover. Thank you, Brock Salzman, for those numbers.
Think about how much Gonzaga's doing offensively. Ajayi now 3 of 14 from the three-point line on the year. Greg has not made one, yet they're scoring at this clip. Imagine those 2 guys start hitting at their percentage.
Yeah, big time trouble. There's trouble on the horizon. It's a bad smart. Well, some of us extra smart. Some of us just kind of averagely smart.
I was going to say some of us more than others, but then I thought everyone's going to know that's me, so I didn't.
Yeah, but you had a great money jump hook and
That's
hair.
right, and great hair.
Yeah.
the hair was something else.
I'm not sure the fan base knew that you were known as the Big Sexy, but I like to keep that alive.
I feel like they did. They've forgotten, and now here it is again.
Oh, there's a good-looking bucket and a chance for 3 for Cam Denson. When you play basketball at Gonzaga, gentlemen, you truly are big men on campus, aren't you? Like when you play basketball, I don't mean just tall.
Well, I literally,
but I mean, you walk around
literally
with your
was the
chest
largest.
out.
I think I was the largest human in the student body. So yes, you're right. Literally, that's correct.
Yeah. But you are treated differently here, aren't you?
No, you're still expected to go to class. You're still expected to be a positive member of the community. I mean, I don't know what you're getting at, Greg.
Yes. Come on, Dick out. Jeez, are you kidding me?
You know,
turnover. That's great. You were treated no differently than the physics major. Is that what you're saying?
Well, my redshirt year, I had a class, Father Don Harburger in a broadcasting class. He had to go ask Eric Edelstein, a fellow student. This guy says he's on the basketball team. Is he making this up? True story.
Yeah, the kid with the floppy hair, the little one.
Yes. They didn't believe me.
Dusty Stromer. 10 to shoot. Battle. Dusty for 3. That's short. Long rebound into the corner. Diane runs it down. The 7-footer beat everybody there. Kalick drive. Oh. Boy, he doesn't need much of a scene, does he?
No, and he's not going to need more than a bucket or 2 to get whatever confidence he's lost back. I mean, that's the thing about big-time scorers is, A, when you're struggling, you got to keep searching that offense. But once they see the ball go in once or twice, look out.
Short memory. You got to have a short memory.
Caleb to the rim, 2 more. I'd say the confidence is back. 4 of 11, 11 points. Here comes Jun Suk-yo after the timeout. 5:39 to play. 72-39.
Look at this handle here. Whoop. I think he's going behind the back.
He's definitely a straight line guy, right? And he likes to get downhill, and he's tough to deal with when he does.
Well, he doesn't have a lot of wiggle in his ball handling to try to create space. You're right. Get your shoulders by a defender and directly to the rim.
Well, gentlemen, Gonzaga about to get to 5-0. Just one of those crazy years. It's just all of a sudden the season was here, and now we're 5 games in. And I think we kind of knew what this season was going to be like. We knew the caliber of players coming back, the caliber of players that were joining the team, like Battle and Ajayi. But maybe perhaps not everybody knew the maturation of Huff and Stromer, and now the world does. This team is really good.
But you need that development, right? I mean, you bring these guys in for a reason, not just the type of player they are in the moment, but where you think they could be. And I think you've got to give Huff and Stromer a ton of credit. Their growth is a huge part of why this team is as good as they are right now.
And from listen, obviously Coach Few is a savant at X's and O's and all of that, but let's give him some props for being a general manager and his entire staff for building a team. This is a complete team. They've got so many different pieces. There doesn't seem to be a whole.
Well, I think that's the overlooked thing in this day and age of college basketball. You have to look big picture with your roster. You have to see how players fit in, and quite frankly with NIL, I know they can't technically have their true hand in it, but you have to be able to understand the financial implications of how you build your roster out.
And it's not just as easy as, hey, I've got some money, let's go get this guy. Like, that guy's got to fit. And then that guy's got to want to come here and battle right now back in the zone.
Well, Battle is a great example of it. Last year he was at Arkansas, and they had a lot of NIL money. They had a ton of talent in the roster, or in the roster through the transfer portal, and it just didn't come together.
Yeah, but you can have all the talent in the world, but it doesn't fit, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that is, I think, what Coach Few and his staff have been so good at is finding the fit.
Yep, I 100% agree.
74-39, 3:55 to go now. Gonzaga on the way to being 5-0 back in a moment. Maybe more Richard Fox highlights, who knows?
In playthrough, he's a great teammate. Just that one spot, Nembhard, and having him at the 5, that just to have that as your starting point when you're building out a roster is a real luxury.
I know a lot of people are going to look, hey, his minute or his points per game are slightly down from last year, but if you look at his production per minute, it's off the charts.
Yeah, but everybody's numbers, if this team is as good as they're supposed to be, everyone's numbers are going to be deflated in some category, one way or the other, right? You know, Nembhard's assist numbers are through the roof. You know, Stromer's having a career year from 3, but you're going to see some of that. But you know, if you're Battle, Ajayi's not going to have the numbers he had last year at Pepperdine. Pepperdine wasn't very good. He's on a really good team right now.
And there's 4 legitimate starting bigs on this team. Like, EK's got 3 other guys that would be starting for most other teams that he's playing with. So it is going to be tough to get 30 minutes a game.
Yeah,
25 minutes.
I mean, that's not going to be. That's not part of the program. I mean, you might see that in the game, depending on circumstances. But yeah, you're right. I mean, this is not. The idea is, look, if you're out there on the floor, particularly if you're on the front line, your job is to play as fast as you can, or rather as hard as you can, for as long as you can. Then we got a guy who can come in for you. Don't pace yourself.
Go. And Battle will go to the free throw line, where he's hit 31 consecutive free throws. Nolan Hickman has 16 in a row. Nembhard has 10 in a row. Which leads me to the questions. Dan, what was your longest streak of consecutive free throws? And Richard, what was yours?
In games?
At any time throughout a season.
I made 2 in a row once.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you.
Just once.
I'll never forget it.
Was it in that game that we saw the highlights?
It was over.
You had to have
it
like
was
30
over the course
in a
of
row
5
at some
games.
Yeah, I don't know.
50. You don't know?
Quite frankly, I don't.
You never drove to the rim, though. Maybe you didn't shoot many free throws.
No, there's a part to a
You
point
didn't
guard of
defend much.
understanding time and score. When the other team puts you in the bonus, you make sure you get fouled. Get yourself to the free throw line.
8 to shoot, 3:23 to play. Dan didn't hear the joke.
It's not that I didn't hear it. I didn't acknowledge it.
That's cute. Deep three up the front of the rim. And that's off of Diane. I think it's Long Beach State basketball. Caleb Battle out of the game. Ju Suk Yo checks in. Dan could shoot the basketball from anywhere on the floor. I'm sure you weren't Derek Rivio at the free throw line, but you had to be pretty darn good.
I mean, Ravio was like
92%.
91, 90. He led the country in free throw percentage one year, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you.
The big D. He's a hustler, that guy.
Another guy who lives in town.
Yeah. Selling houses and real estate, all kinds of good stuff. Ted to shoot, under 3 to play. Zags pressure still tough. Askew just barely got it off.
It's just another possession. Gonzaga's defense hasn't allowed anything, and Long Beach State's been up against the shot clock.
Stromer, that 3 is off. Innocenti earns another possession. Joaquim Aruzmore, 3 ball. And the roar of the crowd, the walk-on. Drops it from deep.
With his shoe untied as well.
He's trying to handicap himself. And Innocenti takes it away. These fans are amazing. They're back into it like the ball just tipped off. Innocenti for 3. Diarte, big rebound, trying to get back up there. Somebody hit the rim. Back comes the Beach. Askew has it stripped.
Innocenti is really good on that end of the floor. Defensively, his instincts, his lateral movement, his active hands. And as he continues to get comfortable at Gonzaga and gain the experience here, he is going to be a heck of a player.
Gentlemen, Gonzaga has a chance to hold them under 40 points. The last time they did that was against Mississippi Valley back in December of 2023. They beat them 78-40.
I think we were here for that one.
I'm sure we called that game. I know ESPN wasn't here. I know Sean Farnham wasn't. And there's a foul. 1:36 to play.
Speaking of the other network.
Which one are we talking about now?
Our friend Fran Fraschilla is in the building.
Coach Fraschilla is
this
here.
Evening.
We'll have him on the Mark Few Show. We're going to be sitting Fran down tonight. Had a long discussion with him today at shoot around. He's a good guy. Been around this game for a long time. Holy smokes.
Coach USA basketball 3-on-3.
Uh-oh. Big game! Even Coach Few smiling after that one.
Well, he loves the potential of Diane. He says he's got a Ronny Turioff-like personality about him.
And if he can start Guarding out to 23 feet like that, watch out. Rob Sacre used to do that.
I still think Rob is, to this day, it's still the best they've had at the 5 spot. He's getting out there.
Defensively.
Guarding pick and rolls.
Guarding the perimeter, yeah.
And there's the block by Diane. Gonzaga back on the break.
Yeah, that's what will make him different.
Bounce. Aruz Moore. Oh, we're back to tacos. I hear the taco chant. They've made 9 threes, one more, and it's tacos.
I don't think they're going to get the ball back for that opportunity.
Diane gets 5 points and settles for the basket under the bucket. That'll go, 19.5 to go. Gonzaga won't shoot it again. I don't think. 84-41. That's going to be our final score. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Gonzaga now 5-0 with an 84-41 victory against Long Beach State. Gentlemen, we got 30 seconds. Wrap it up.
Well, 5 players in double figures, a great defensive effort to hold Long Beach State to only 41 points.
Yeah, just to be Gonzaga +9 there on the game on the glass, +10 in the second half. You just had a different feel for the game last 20 minutes.
Season rolls on now for GU. Happy Thanksgiving to